Hi, I'm Photo Junkie. This is another Photoshop tutorial. So I thought I'd show you that you don't have to necessarily move away from Photoshop just to um, create a fade in or a reveal of some text, or maybe it's something else. Um, I'll show you what I mean. So a classic um, text reveal would be simple opacity. So we would create something like this, and you see that our text just reveals on like that, fades in like that. But there is a couple more interesting ways that you can create a text reveal, so that's what I'm going to concentrate on today. So I'm just going to duplicate this. Let's have two copies and let's work on the bottom one. And this is just going to be by animate. We're going to reveal this on by animating a layer mask. So the first thing we want to do is click on this chain link between the text letter and the mask within the layers palette. So that unlinks it. So now you can move them separately of each other. Otherwise you move one, the other one follows with it. So on our move tool, we're going to first of all just fill that with black. So black is our foreground, and you can press D if it's not, and then you can press X to switch between foreground and background. We're just going to do Alt Delete. Now remember, on a mask, black hides, white reveals. So we're going to get our move tool, and we're just going to bring this somewhere where we can see the edge of the mask. So here we can see it's cutting off this letter E here, and then we're going to come to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and we're going to blur this mask like so. So we've got a softer edge, a feathered edge, and then we're going to move it back over till it covers. And then what we can do is we can animate the layer mask. So we'll put our CTI or our playhead at the 0 frame mark, and we'll click on layer mask position, and then we'll come forward however long you want your transition to be. So that's another word you can use for this effect. And then holding down shift, we're just gonna drag our mask over, just being careful, because if you go too far it just sort of resets itself, just like so. And then if we press play, you can see that we've got this transition on of the word reveal. So that's one way. Another way is to use, and we'll turn that off, and we'll turn on this top layer, is to use a style, but it's using a style in a quite a unique way. Let's bring our player to the beginning and set a keyframe for style, and then we want to bring up the layer style dialog box, because this is what that property style relates to. And then we're going to use this the blend if options to reveal it on, transition it on. So we're going to do blend if green, because our underlying layer is mostly green, so we can use green, and we can then see that we can transition it. So I'm going to bring this nearly all the way, and I'm going to hold down Alt to split this, and then just soften the rest. Now I'm not sure if this softening will actually show on this transition, but I'm going to try it anyway. Click OK, and then we'll come forward, and then we'll double click again, and this time we will bring it on, like so. Then we have a transition on, which is a little bit more um, interesting because it actually looks like the letters are revealing through the foliage and trees from the background layer. You can slow it down by just extending this keyframe like so. There we go. So there's just a couple of ways that you can transition your text on to reveal it inside of Photoshop. Check us out at photoshopbus.co.uk. Thanks for watching, and I shall catch you next time.